Okay guys, Gabby and I have been hanging out at the pool. I don't remember the last time they saw you. Gabby and I are socially distant, hanging out outside. Yes. It's our first pool day together.
We're having a lot of fun. Wow, I really feel blind. The sun is so bright today, everyone.
It's really bright. Also, how cute is this little Louis Vuitton Starbucks cup from Etsy? I'll link it below. I have some Starburst drink mix in here. So, you guys have been asking so much for Gabby to give an update on her life because a lot has happened if you've been following.
Yeah, the last life update video I think was December or early January.
Yes.
So it was about 7 months ago.
It's been a long time and
guys, my life's different now.
It's very different. And if you've been following her on like Instagram, you'll see that like things are different.
Yeah, so if you haven't been like, well, you did show some of my news in
a vlog,
but if you had missed that vlog, if you only caught part of, you know, life has just changed drastically for myself over the past 7 months. So I guess we'll start from the beginning. So
if you guys didn't know, Gabby got into the Disney college program way back.
Way back at what feels like another year, like
when
a year or two ago.
When did you leave?
I left January. I arrived in Florida on January 9th, 2020.
God, it feels like
I left Massachusetts on January 8th.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I arrived in Florida January 9th after driving like a day straight, basically.
Yeah.
With my mom. And I was in Florida. The last day I was in Florida till was March 17th.
Her program got cut because of coronavirus.
Yeah, so I left Florida on March 17th. And I was back in Massachusetts on March 18th.
Yep. So she came back. She was upset at first, naturally, because she was thriving. Like, you were thriving, and I'm really happy I surprised her with a visit when our other friends went, and I snuck in with them and, like, surprised her, so I'm really glad. No idea. She was so surprised. I don't know how we pulled that off.
I really don't either.
That's a vlog if you want to watch it. It was I went the day after I got engaged, too, which was really funny. So I'm really happy I got to see her. I left the day after, yeah.
Was it the day, or was it a couple days?
It was the day after.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wild. That whole time was like it felt like it went really fast, but also really slow. Like, I felt like, so basically when I got to Florida, I did a small, like, mini trip with my mom, like, in Orlando for, like, a few days. We, like, went to Disney for a couple days and, like, hung out at our hotel's pool and stuff. And then I, like, checked in on January 13th to my Disney college program. And I lived in my apartment with my roommates, which we all moved in staggered, which was, I didn't expect.
Yeah, it's weird.
It was me and 4 other people. We were supposed to have 5 more people, so 6 of us all together, but for some reason something happened, and one girl was in the apartment for like a couple hours, and like she had to switch apartments, and I don't know what happened. So the 5 of us lived together for about a month and a half once everybody had moved in by the 27th of January. And I was like friends, like different extents of friendship with all my roommates. Like, we all had become friends at different extents, but you know, I definitely experienced so much different stuff. Like, I definitely grew as a person while I lived in Florida. Like, I had made friends when I first got there. Like, I told Al, I was so excited. Like, I felt that these were some lifelong friends. To, in turn, that wasn't the case, and I, like, did experience some miserableness of feeling alone. Yeah. And I was like, why did I leave all my people here? Like, I finally feel like I had people, you know, quote unquote, I'll say our people.
Yeah.
But then I started becoming really good friends with my friends that, like, who had become my friends at work, and we were all hanging out, and, like, with some of my other roommates I had become very close with, and things had changed, and I was having, like, the time of my life.
I know, right before she had to go, like, she was kind of, like, getting settled. Like, you were totally settled by then.
Yeah, at that point I had been getting settled. I had extended my program, so I was originally going to be there till May 28th, and I extended my program. I think it was going to be until July 26th.
Yeah, because you were going to get back for your birthday.
Yeah, so I should still actually be in Disney World right now.
Yeah, that's weird.
Till this day,
that's really weird.
I should still be in Disney World right now.
Yeah.
Overall, my program, like, I worked at Cinderella's Royal Table, for those of you who didn't know. So working in the castle was, like, unimaginably cool, and like I experienced so many different things. I went to Universal for the first time. I went down to Jupiter, Florida to visit my friend Bianca, who had been missing her family. I went up to Daytona and saw that. I spent pretty much, though, out of most of that time, like, I spent about 2 months in Disney World, which was about one of the craziest things I could ever say. And I had so many, like, great memories, but there's so much stuff that got cut short that I didn't get to do.
Yeah.
And basically, I don't know, for all of you who, like, knew how... So Florida's going through a very difficult time with coronavirus now, but when I left, Florida hadn't really changed much other than a lot of the theme parks closing. And then beaches had started to close maybe a few days after I returned back to Massachusetts. But it hadn't changed that much. So when I left, we got 4 days notice that the Disney College program had been suspended, and I had 4 days
to figure out
how to get out of my apartment. And then on a Saturday afternoon, I had to be out of my apartment by Wednesday. So that was difficult. My family had planned on coming to see me in Florida for vacation with my mom and my sister. My dad was going to come and visit in June with them as well. But they had planned the trip, and Disney World had already said it was going to be closing for 2 weeks. But then what everyone knows was way longer than 2 weeks. They were still going to suspend the Disney College program. My roommates and I had planned on, like, bunkering down together to quarantine for a couple weeks. Like, we went grocery shopping at Walmart at, like, 10 p.m., loaded up my car with all, like, this stuff, so we really wouldn't have to leave our house. And, you know, and in turn, we ended up having to leave, and my mom flew down with about 12 hours notice for a flight she had not been able to cancel due to Corona yet, because this was right in the beginning. And flew down at 5 o'clock in the morning and spent the last day with me that Disney World was open pre-corona closure, which honestly was such a special day to be in the park.
Because it was the last day.
It was the last day before Disney World had closed.
Yeah.
So that was something. We spent a little bit of time in Animal Kingdom, and then we spent the rest of our day in Magic Kingdom because that's my favorite park, and that's where my home park, and I visited my work location and stuff, and they did a lot of special things for CPs that day, like getting to, like, go on all the Fast Pass lanes and rides, and, like, just, like, everyone was wearing buttons, like, celebrating their CP, and, like, it was a really special day. But to find out the night before that I was going to be leaving Florida, and then to try to just enjoy one last day was hard.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then to just within 3 days then I had left.
Yeah, it was really hard on her.
Yeah, like, it was a hard, and then I just had a lot of stuff I wasn't ready to deal with at home when I returned home.
Because you weren't expecting to have to come home so quickly.
No, and there's a lot of things I hadn't really dealt with that I had, quote-unquote, I guess you could say, run away from in Massachusetts, to have to just be thrown back into it with no notice.
It sucks, yeah.
It was I had a very difficult time when I moved home.
Yeah.
I went right back to work at my high school job because it was an essential business. Well, it is still considered an essential business. I went right back to work, and so I was an essential employee throughout Corona, and I was working full-time. And that was an experience. But, so I moved home on I'm messing up all my dates. On March 18th. And just 10 days later, you know how, you've all heard about all of my dating life stories over the last, I don't know, at least 7 or 8 years now. It's been a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And all of my mostly falls, not many triumphs.
It's been a journey. We've shared a lot of Gabby's dating history and experience on this channel.
And March 28th, 10 days after I moved home from what I consider to be the best move I ever made and the best experience of my life, I started talking to somebody on Tinder who is now my boyfriend, who I now live with. So lots of things have changed here in 2020.
He was her let's be honest, like, he was her silver lining coming home, because she was not happy to come home. She was so happy in Florida, and she comes back, and, like, she's so just, like, you were so depressed when you came back.
Yeah, I was not happy.
No, and then
I, like, talked to her every single day, and I'm like, this is just, like, the worst thing ever.
It was hard.
Every single day, all I did was talk about going to Florida to everybody.
Yeah.
I was like, because we had filled out a survey upon being released from the college program about returning. So all of us had thought we would have got the opportunity to return.
Yeah.
That were on either Advantage or Extension programs.
Yeah, but no one knew how severe this would all be.
No one could have predicted how the world basically shut down for about 3 months. In the United States, we're still going through different amounts of shutdowns depending on what state you're in at this point now. Yeah. Because I don't know where all of you live. Your state might be okay. Like, ours is improving. Yeah,
Massachusetts is doing really well.
Very specific rules you have to follow, but we are making improvements, and slowly but surely we're getting, like, some everyday life, like, fun and normal things back. Yeah. Whereas other states, like, California and Florida and Arizona and Texas right now are going through a different time because of the rate they close, and those states are also very big.
Yeah.
And some areas of them are extremely populated, so that makes it very difficult. So I don't know what state you're all in your corona quarantine. Hopefully you're doing all right. But my silver lining was, his name is Matt. So came home, was talking to him for about, so okay, if I did the timeline, the 28th is when we started talking. He messaged me on Tinder, and guys, he didn't even know me. But his opening line on Tinder was, if you could be any Disney princess, which one would it be? It's like he knew me. It's like he knew I just left Florida, leaving Disney World behind. Like, it had said, like, DCP in my, description box, but just, like, even then, like, not everyone knows exactly what that means.
No, I bet he didn't know what it meant.
No, I think he might. I think he did.
You do?
I don't know. But there's pictures of me in Disney.
Okay. Okay.
But to come up with an opening line that's not just hey or something that's very specific, it seemed something that I liked.
That was relevant.
To, like, put that effort in there. So, like, that was very cute. And so we started talking for about 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then we had our first, okay, we're going to put big air quotes around date. So this was a time where obviously this was, you know, I'm sure there'll be some judgment, but we broke quarantine and we had our first quote unquote date. We didn't really go on like a date because, you know, nothing was open except for grocery stores and Walmart. But he picked me up and we went on a drive around our area for probably hours.
And they had talked like 24. They talked like 24/7.
24/7. We'd FaceTimed a couple times before.
Yeah.
And we kept saying,
the FaceTimes were good too.
We kept saying, we just can't wait till quarantine's over so we can go on a date. We can't wait. Like, it's gonna, you know, because Massachusetts had made a date of May 4th. Mm-hmm. So we thought we were gonna have to wait all of April.
Yeah.
Now that date got changed later on, which we laugh about now.
Yeah.
But so by April 12th, that was actually it was actually on Easter. That was Easter. Our first day was on Easter.
Oh, cute.
So that night, I was just sitting at home and I was bored because, like, all I did was pretty much talk to Matt all day. I talked to my friends, you know, but
go to work sometimes.
And then I go to work a million hours every single day, but I didn't really do much. So I hadn't worked that day because it was Easter, and I worked at a small essential business and they closed for Easter. So I said, "Do you want to do something crazy?" And he said, "What did you have in mind?" I was like, "Do you want to go for a drive with me?" So that's basically how it started. And honestly, from there, like, it's been like a whirlwind. Like, when they say, like, you know, and, like, it feels right, like, I never understood. And, like, you guys have been with me. Like, some of you have been here with me on this dating journey for so long. Like, all the lives we've had together, all the vlogs, the me ranting for 20 minutes on a video.
We've had so many Instagram lives.
Just
lives. Talking about, like, the dating stuff.
Yes. Like, the ranting video up to on the White Mountains last year when me and Al went on vacation for a few days. Yep. Like, you've all been here. Yeah. Back to, like, one of the first videos I remember ever doing with Alex was about Tinder. Yep. That was one of the first ones I ever remember doing with her.
Yeah, we did that so long ago.
That was when I was, like, 17 years old, I think. It was, like, right before I turned 18.
Yeah, we were.
And I'm going to be 24 next week.
Yeah.
So, like, it's
a lot of it's
a
online.
Long time.
Yeah, it's so fun.
So, to now, like, it's been such a whirlwind. So basically, we went on our first date the 12th, like I said, and we had honestly made our relationship official by the 23rd.
Because, like, when you just know, you just know. Like, that's exactly how me and Yara were.
Which seems fast, but in a time where, like, the world almost felt like was ending. I don't know if it did for anyone else, but, like, here, like, there was nothing open. You could, like, it was cold here. It was snowing in, like, May here. Yeah. Like, it was dark. It was cold. It was very depressing.
It was pretty depressing.
It was a really hard time up here in the Northeast.
Yeah, it was.
We've been going through it, but we made it. We made it to the other side.
Yeah.
So we became official because we had spent so much time together after we had first met. And then at that point, we celebrated Matt's birthday together, which was May 7th. And, like, he's been looking to move out of his mom's, and we decided to, like, just cut the cord, and we were like, why don't we just live together?
At that point, though, you guys were literally together every single day.
Yeah, he basically lived with me and my parents.
And you guys already knew, because you guys already knew that you were, like, so in love and so happy, and, like, you guys had been waiting for each other pretty much, you know?
We're actually from the same town, believe it or not, everyone.
Yeah.
We were in high school at the same time.
It's so funny.
We didn't know each other.
Yeah.
He worked at a grocery store that did deliveries a few years ago, and that grocery store made deliveries to my old apartment building. And my neighbor used to get deliveries, and I used to like walk by him, and I didn't know.
Like it's just
he used to come
those
into my
little
restaurant
things,
that I'm a bartender at.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. Like it's like we've been trying to find each other.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
And like never did, and it's honestly just so crazy. But
Yeah.
I'm very happy that I have him now. We've been living together for almost 2 months.
And it's great.
It is great. We have our own apartment.
Yeah. I love him. He's such a peach. He is so fun and sweet and kind, and I can tell he like totally loves Gabby and he treats her so well, and I'm so happy they found each other. And it's such a good story too, because like it's like one day they'll tell their kids like how they met during coronavirus and how
it's so
crazy the times were.
Ooh, a crazy time of corona if you're looking for a crazy story. So before Matt and I decided to live together, he jokingly said we should just move to Florida.
Oh.
This is before Florida basically shut down now.
Yeah.
And I was like, we can't. And then I was like, oh, it's windy.
Very.
I was like, we can. And he was like, well, yeah. And I was like, but we could. And for about 3 hours, we were moving to Florida.
Yeah,
I even called her.
Yeah, she told me.
She's the only one I told in that moment.
Yeah.
After that, we've joked about it and told people now. But literally called and I was like, hey. And she was like, hi. And I was like, I got to tell you something. Oh, I texted her. And I was like, I need to talk to you. And she's like, well, I'm like, I can't be over text. And you're like, okay, hold on. Give me a minute. She was like busy. And I was like, I need to talk to you now. And so I told her, I was like, I'm moving to Florida. And she's like, are you? I'm like, with Matt. She goes, oh.
Okay.
She's like, I just want you to be happy. And I was like, this is true friendship.
Oh, yeah. You would have done it for me.
I guess rounding out this live update video that, because I feel like we've been talking about like doing it, like I've commented on any pictures I've posted saying that it's happening, and like we've socially distant hung out a couple times, not too many. I honestly have seen her maybe like, I could count it on one hand, and it's not even probably gonna be full since I moved home in March.
Yeah.
We don't really, you know, we talk on the phone and stuff, but
in Massachusetts right now, you can have like it's okay to have gatherings up to like I think 10 or 12 people outside.
Yeah.
So for her and I to hang out outside, I think it's fine. We've both been safe.
Yeah, we do our best, you know, washing our hands, wearing masks in public, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So, rounding out this live video, so we all kind of know how the world's different now. So I loved being in Florida so much, and I found the right person who wants to make a fresh start with me and go with me to Florida. So probably a little bit around this time next year, maybe a little bit after, but about a year or so, I'm going to be moving back to Florida with Matt and pursuing a master's degree in tourism and travel at most likely the University of Central Florida. I don't know if I'll be starting that right when I move, but that's the goal, and I have decided that teaching is not where I want to take my life anymore. I had been unsure about it a little bit. I had talked to you about that.
Yeah.
But it was, I wasn't exactly sure, and then when I saw that the life I could have in Florida, like that, travel is my passion.
Travel is definitely your passion.
It's my passion. Like, I love it.
She's so good. Like, she would be perfect as one of those tour guides in Disney that, like, you hire personally, like, celebrities use to tour you around. Like, she would be so good at that.
I wanted, like, do something like this more than anything, like what she was talking about, like, and that is an opportunity that comes with...
Sorry, the camera got hot and overheated because it's hot outside.
Yes.
Keep going.
We're back.
Back with story time.
So basically, I think I was saying that being like a VIP tour guide is something that like the Walt Disney Company offers, but like stuff like that in living in Florida, there's a lot more opportunities with travel and tourism. Yeah. With even just different companies in different parts of Florida. At this point, I plan on moving back to Orlando, and I'd like to work with the Walt Disney Company again in the future. So we're going to see what the future holds, but I'm definitely going to be in Massachusetts with this girl for about the next year or so.
Thank God. I was really sad when she told me that she was going to be moving. Of course, I was supportive, but I was sad.
I'm sad like I won't be near her. It's actually funny. I live about like 5 to 10, like between 5 and 10 minutes away right now.
Yeah.
From where I
since
moved.
they moved, she's even closer to me than before.
Yeah, so it's all exciting stuff. Be careful, the camera's kind of moving. Oh. It's all exciting stuff. Everyone is out there struggling just, you know, with everything going on, but genuinely I can say that 2020 has been the best year of my life, and that's just crazy.
It is crazy.
To like watch, even just like to look back and like think about like the journey that like I've like been on, it's just nuts.
Yeah, it's been nuts. There was a lot Gabby needed to catch you guys up on.
So we figured we just do a sit down.
And chat about it.
Yeah, rather than a live or a quick clip or just a real sit down. Yeah. This is what's going on in my life for any of you that care and wanted to know.
They need updates, because we were talking today about how like back when she and I like practically lived together in my apartment, like before I moved in this house, and like just how far we've come since then.
Oh my goodness,
both of
so
us,
far,
like,
guys.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
We both had terrible human beings in our lives.
Yeah, we
now we're
had
happy.
a shit luck with dating, and then
we
we both
really
found good dudes.
We were going through it.
Yeah, we were
together. We had each other though.
Thank God we had each other at the same time, because we it was a spider.
Oh, fun.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Follow Gabby on Instagram if you want more like updates as her life
follow
continues.
me. I'm not going to be teaching anymore, so I've contemplated being more active on social media. I haven't decided what I want to do with that, but I'm trying to be more active on my Instagram platform. Yeah. So follow my adventures.
Yes. All right. Back to the pool.
Bye, guys.
Bye.